Today, I'm gonna be showing you exactly how you're gonna actually find a cash buyer and finish this deal out, okay? We're gonna be going over everything that happens from the moment you have called up the seller, you've made the offer, you got the contract signed, boom, now it's time to make some serious moves and actually close the deal and actually make some money, all right? So, let's go through this. First thing, you get the deal under contract, right? So you've sent them the contract, it's signed, you've signed it. It is now time for the fucking rubber to meet the road, as I think I've said like 9 times through the series, and actually make some money. Once the deal is under contract, and by the way, these are the order of these steps. Do not fucking skip them. Once the deal is under contract, the very first thing you're gonna do is open up title. The way you're gonna do that is by saving a copy of the contract on DocuSign, the PDF, attaching it to an email to the title company, and you're gonna say, hello, I just got this deal under contract. We are looking to assign this contract to an end buyer. Let me know if there's anything else you need to get title open, and then leave the seller's contact information. So seller name, boom, seller phone number, boom, seller email, boom. And if there's another seller, because it's a husband and a wife or whatever the fuck it is, you put both of them. Then they'll email you back on submitting EMD, right? They're gonna say, hey, okay, perfect. Well, some of them will, but basically they'll email you back and be like, okay, perfect. We'll say, so you have $100 EMD. Here's how you can submit it here. Every title company is different. It doesn't matter if they ask you to do a wire transfer for the EMD and you've never done that before, just tell them, hey, I've never done that before. Can you please tell me how to do it? And they're gonna tell you. One thing you need to understand about title companies is they are on your side, okay? If you don't know some shit that they're saying, tell them. Be like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. And they will help you, okay? Use them as a resource. Once you've sent them that email, they've responded, title is open, boom, you now need to get updated photos of the property. Remember, we are wholesaling off-market deals, meaning there's not just like perfect photos of them like there are when a realtor already has the property listed. So you need to get updated photos of the property. The way you're gonna do this is one of 2 ways. Now, some people might be like, oh, well, I'm gonna fly over there. Do I have to fly to this virtual market I'm in to take photos of the property? No. You're just gonna ask the seller to take them, and 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be able to. Now, in the case that they are out of state or they're not able to take the photos, you're just gonna hire someone on Craigslist. It's very easy to go to Craigslist.com, search the area where your property is, and be looking for somebody to take photos of a property. $50, gig wanted, easy. And just require that they have an iPhone, and that's it. Within fucking 30 minutes, you're gonna have like 15 people message you that they wanna do it, okay? Now, when you ask for photos, you need to tell them, use an iPhone, take 3 pictures of every single room, including all the bedrooms, the kitchen, the bathrooms, 1 picture of just the outside of the property from 3 different angles, pictures from the back of the property from 3 different angles, the side of the property, picture of the AC unit, and picture of any damages. Like if there's a window that's broken or there's fucking cracks in the ground or in the ceiling, take pictures of those as well, okay? Once you've gotten photos, it is now time to actually find a cash buyer, okay? Now, when it comes to finding a cash buyer, here's the 3-step process you want to take, okay? Number 1, you're going to post the deal in Facebook groups. So you're going to go to Facebook. I swear to God, okay. I thought this was going to make me do some like 2-factor authentication. Go to Facebook. You're going to search real estate investors and then wherever your property is, right? So let's say it's in Jacksonville. Real estate investors, Jacksonville. And in here, you're gonna find groups like this one that has 25,000 members, 10,000 members, 2.3 thousand members, 7,000 members. And I'm gonna join all of these. Then I'm gonna post a deal in the group, okay? Now let's see, if it lets me see, I don't know if this one's private. What the frick is this? You're gonna see other people posting like shit in here, whatever, different deals. Is what you need to know about posting deals for sale in Facebook, okay? So when it comes to posting deals in Facebook, rule number 1, never ever put the full property address just out there for the public, okay? Never fucking, I want that. Never do that, okay? The reason why is people are stupid. And somebody will just see it and just be like, oh, I guess I can go look at this property, and just go fucking knock on the owner's door and be like, oh, hey, I'm here to see it. So just don't put the full address. Put in the post that if they're interested, to send you a message where then you can vet them, make sure they're a serious buyer, and then you can give them the address, okay? So in the posting, you want to include the most important details, which are going to be zip code, bedroom and bathroom count, square footage, year built, and lot size. And then just list out any major repairs needed, or any kind of like anything that would be important. Like for instance, if the property has a swimming pool or something, you'd put that, all right? And then attach in the post somewhere between like 6 to 10 of the best photos, right? So, you know, obviously a picture of the very front of the house, you know, pictures of like the kitchen, the bathrooms, things like that. Just basically not all of the photos, but just some of them, okay? And this is what you're gonna do. And then you're actually gonna put on the post, if you're interested in learning more about this deal, text me or message me or call me, okay? The reason here is you want to be able to vet these people on Facebook. Because while Facebook is a phenomenal place to actually find cash buyers, the problem is you're gonna have a lot of wholesalers in there who are just gonna try and like wholesale your deal with you, but not actually telling you that they're JVing it. It can just create a weird situation, okay? This is also something in the inner circle. We help you like vet cash buyers so that you know they're legit. But even though you will get a lot of shit like that, Facebook is a phenomenal place to find cash buyers. Even though I have access to all kinds of things, like, you know, a full dispo team, investor lift, all this shit, I still sell deals on Facebook, okay? So this is step number one. You're gonna, once you get the photos, the property submitted to title, you're gonna post it in Facebook. And then as you're waiting for leads to come in, you're gonna move on to step number two, which is to pull a cash buyer list in VFL. And I'm gonna show you how to do that right now, okay? Let's go to VFL. Let's make this a little bit bigger. And let's just search Jacksonville. So here's how you're gonna pull a cash buyers list in VFL. This is the exact same for every single market, more or less, okay? First, we search the area. Then we're just gonna go to cash buyers and we're gonna select yes, okay? Now, this is gonna show us all of the properties in Jacksonville, Florida that were purchased by a cash buyer, except for we don't care about every single property that was purchased by the cash buyer. We only want properties that were purchased by a cash buyer in the last 12 months. And now, as you can see, we have a list of 6,000 properties that were purchased by a cash buyer in the last year. However, we don't have to call all 6,000 people, because this could be people who, you know, sold their house, they had a bunch of equity, they're just buying a new place all cash. We really only want investors. So I'm also gonna put a filter in here for the number of properties owned, a minimum of 3. This is now gonna show me every single person who purchased a property for cash in the last 12 months who owns a minimum of 3 other properties, showing they're very likely to be a cash buyer. Now, we're at 3,500 properties. Boom, you can go ahead, select that, and now you have a cash buyers list of over 3,500 people. You can text blast this list. You can cold call this list, right? And basically let them know, hey, I got a property, I have a great deal in Jackson. Oh wait, I forgot to mention. When you post a deal in Facebook, the most important details, you also want to put this. You also want to put the ARV and price. Meaning, if the ARV of your property is $450,000 and you're selling it for $320,000, you'd put ARV 450, asking 320, right? And so when you are here and you're cold calling these people, you're texting them, you say, hey, I got a new deal in Jacksonville, Florida. It's worth $450,000. I'm selling for $320. It's in this zip code, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,500 square foot. Would you be interested in learning more? Straight to the point, okay? And if you're cold calling them, say, hey, I got your number because it looks like you're purchasing properties for cash in Jacksonville. I actually have a deal that's worth $450,000 that I'm selling for $320,000. Would you be interested in hearing more? Right? Boom. And then you're gonna get people, yeah, I'm interested. Send me the details. Now, when you send people the details, you're gonna send them this, right? All this same stuff. Just a simple thing with this on it. However, when you are actually calling cash buyer list, include the address and just include a link to all the photos, okay? And that's something I forgot to mention is on the photos, once you do get them, you want to upload all the photos into like a Google Drive, a Google Photos, or a Dropbox link. Just one link so you can easily text it to somebody and then they boom can go see all of the photos, okay? So once you have a cash buyer, once you have some people who are interested, right, from either posting in Facebook groups or finding somebody on Facebook, they're gonna wanna go see the property. That's totally fine. You just need to make sure they're serious by asking questions like, hey, when you go see the property, you know, is there any, like, what are you gonna see that's gonna cause you not to do this deal? Are you happy with the price I'm asking, right? Are you gonna be able to commit to it? Are you going to be able to submit EMD once you, like, if you go look at it and everything checks out, right? And if everything sounds good, then you're gonna set a time for them to come see the property in person. You will call up the seller. You say, hey, my financial partner needs to do a quick walkthrough of the property. When is a good time? Mornings or afternoons? Afternoons, perfect. Call up the cash buyer. Hey, the property is open for you to see sometime, you know, Thursday afternoon between 12 and 4 p.m. Can you go? Does that work for you, right? You set a time for the cash buyer to go walk the property. Now, people get all fucking weird here. They're like, well, what if the cash buyer talks to the seller behind my back? Guys, you have a legally binding contract with the seller. The seller cannot sign another contract or back out of the contract with you, right? Unless it goes past the inspection period. But the deal is, the reason why you don't have to worry about that is because you're not just gonna have one cash buyer, right? Guys, the whole name of this game is these deals are very sought after. There's gonna be a lot of competition. You're gonna have a lot of people who want the deal, right? So I'll even set up showings where I have like 3 cash buyers come at one time, right? And if the seller says, I'm like, yeah, I'm vetting different financial partners. I'm gonna see who's gonna give me the best deal, right? Doesn't that make sense? I'm like, oh yeah, of course, right? So you have the cash buyers go see the property. You vetted them. You know that they're serious. And if they like what they see, that they're going to be willing to sign an assignment contract and submit EMD that day. Once they've gone and see it, you agree on a price. Boom, you're in the money. It is now time to send them the assignment contract on DocuSign, get it signed, send it to the title company, and then reach out and say, okay, hey, when are you submitting EMD? You're going to talk to the buyer and say, when are you going to submit EMD? Once they've told you that they've submitted EMD, message the title company, just email them and say, hey, looks like my end buyer just submitted EMD on this property. Can you let me know that you received it? Once you've received it, boom, you are in the cut, okay? Now it's just a matter of waiting for close of escrow. So on the contract, the close of escrow day is the day that the money, actually the full amount of the purchase price is actually sent to the title company. The title company then is gonna send the amount that the seller needs to them, and they're gonna send you the difference and the buyer is gonna get the property, okay? When this has been done, you are now gonna set up the key exchange. This is where you're gonna talk to the seller and you're gonna say, hey, look, property's closing tomorrow. Can you do me a favor? Go get all the keys to the property and leave them somewhere out front, right? Hide them under a rock, put them in an electrical box, whatever it is, just hide them somewhere and send me a picture of where it's at. Once you get the email from the title company that the deal is closed, you're gonna go ahead, send it to the cash buyer. Hey, here's where the keys are. Pleasure doing this deal with you. Can't wait to do another one. And boom, you get paid. Now, people always have questions about how you actually get paid in a wholesale deal. Do I need an LLC? Do I need a special kind of account? No. The title company is going to reach out to you a couple days before closing. They're going to say, hey, Tyson, looks like you are due for a $20,000 assignment fee. Would you like this paid via wire or check? You can get a wire transfer to any account. You just have to give them your account and routing information and they'll wire it directly to you. This is what I do on every single transaction because it's the fastest way for me to actually get the money. However, if you want to check for some reason, you can do that too. You tell them, hey, I want to check. They'll ask your address and they'll send you a check via certified mail. Okay. And guys, that is it. Now you might be sitting here and thinking, well, hold on, like there's got to be more to it, right? No, for the most part, this is it, okay? This is all you have to do. It's not like there's some kind of crazy process. You see, I feel like people in these like sort of white collar industries like finance and real estate, they make up all these kind of crazy sounding names like close of escrow and different shit like that so that people think it's hard, when in reality, it's not, okay? You're simply following instructions. And the best part is once you're working with the title company, dude, they will help you with all of this. If there's anything you don't understand, you just ask them. Or if you can, you join a mentorship like my inner circle, where we're gonna hold your hand throughout this entire process, okay? Once you've closed that first deal, boom, now you are in the money. Because here's the deal. Getting your first deal is the first major stepping stone in wholesaling real estate. Because all the time you spend up until getting that first deal, before you actually get paid in money, you're getting paid in so much experience, okay? Every single phone call you make, you're getting better on the phones. Every single deal you analyze, you're getting better at analyzing deals. Every single buyer you talk to, you're getting better at networking. And guess what, guys? During this portion, when you're finding a cash buyer, you have a great deal, you are building a buyer's list. And next time you get a deal in this market, it's gonna be so much easier to sell it, and you're gonna sell it so much faster. That's why I'm able to sell deals so quickly, which I forgot to mention. If instead you just want to press the easy button, you want me to sell your deal for you and handle everything with the title company, you can have that option as well. All you have to do is hit the link down below that says JV with me. You submit the details of your deals. So you basically just upload a copy of your contract, give me the general information, submit the photos, we'll take a look, and if it's a good deal, my team will take over from there, we'll get your property sold, and we split the money. Okay? And we're gonna help you through every step of the way, show you what's going on, answer any questions you have. You'll be working directly with me and my team, okay? But guys, once you've done this first deal, it makes closing your second, third, fourth, fifth so much easier, all right? And all I ask is that when you do that, go ahead and leave a comment here, send me a message on Instagram, and let me know that you closed that deal, because it makes me so happy to see the ripple effect of what's been able to be accomplished. I mean, I have helped hundreds and hundreds of people close their first deal, and it never gets old to me. Like, I close deals all the time. Like, I get these wires all the time. It's just fucking normal at this point. But I still get that same excitement every single time I get a message from one of you guys that you just closed your first deal. It's life-changing stuff. It shows you how much is possible. See, one thing I've realized is everybody has a financial thermometer of basically how much money they feel like they're capable of making and what feels like a lot of money. Guys, I'm telling you, the first time you close that $20,000 check, you're gonna realize, like, holy shit, like, money isn't real. It's just numbers on a screen. Like, you just made $20,000 almost out of thin air. And you're gonna realize, wow, that, like, not that crazy. And it's gonna break a lot of limiting beliefs I know you guys have, because I had them too. Okay? But then you're gonna see, okay, now I'm doing my second deal, my third deal, my fourth deal, and they start falling in place a lot easier, okay? The last thing I wanna leave you guys with, all right, during this video is this. I know I've said it several times before, but if you're the kind of person who wants to get to this point where you're closing that $20,000 deal, that $30,000 deal, whatever it is, as soon as possible, you need to book a call to join the inner circle. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, joining the inner circle costs money. Because here's the deal, I'm not gonna invest in you if you're not gonna invest in me. But when you join the inner circle, you need to understand something. This is something I heard from a guy named Jeremy Haynes, and it's really good. And it's basically the fucking me scale. Is when you first join the inner circle, I'm fucking you. Because you're gonna have to pay me to join the inner circle, so we're gonna give you access to all these resources and help you along the way. But when you pay me money, right, I'm fucking you. But here's the deal. The price of joining the inner circle is much less than the average profit you'll make closing a wholesale deal. And as soon as you close that first deal and you make 4 or 5x your initial investment, you're now fucking me. And then when you start closing more and more of those deals, you start fucking me a whole lot more. And the thing is when it comes to different programs, different coaches, mentors, I take my job of getting you to the other side of the fucking me scale very seriously. Because I'm not in the information business. I don't want to just sit here and fucking sell you PDFs and give you scripts or whatever for you not to do anything. As you guys have probably understood, my end goal here is to transform you into a real estate investor who's doing deals so I can do deals with you. Because guess what? Once all of a sudden you start doing deals, whether you're in Jacksonville or you're in fucking Toledo or you're in Fort Wayne or wherever it is you are, guys, I have deals being sent to me all the time. And I like to play matchmaker with people, and I make money and you make money and everybody makes money. And that's my end goal. I need to transform you into that person so we can do deals together. Okay? So if you want to get to that point as soon as possible, you want somebody who's serious and actually invested in your success, hit the link below, fill out an application for the inner circle. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and if you feel like I missed anything in this series of things you'd like to know in order to close your first deal, leave a comment below.